Good afternoon. We have some crazy stuff going on. I had to hop back on today because today's going to be a wild one. I think at the end of the day, we're going to see something very wild. And the cool part about today, and the also very bad part about today, is retail is not giving into the bait. Retail is not taking the bait. We do not have that put call ratio going down far enough for them to do what they want. I think they want to rip this market. And so we could see further. Sorry about that. I just drank a smoothie. We can see further manipulation to the upside here. We can see further manipulation to the upside here. We're seeing a 15-minute crossing on the MACD with that divergence and all that good stuff. It is just, it's a sketchy time. So thank you guys for coming in today. We're going to be putting out a YouTube video after this, so we won't necessarily do a breakdown. We're just going to watch any craziness that is happening. As of right now, we can look around to see AMC seeing a good move. Now, this is something that we were talking about. We posted some things over on Patreon, some of these divergences that are forming, some of this negativity that could be forming. But just keep in mind that if these things just remain positive, that might be some kind of fake out. This has not confirmed yet for AMC or GME. XLU is still going down. Very clear signal here. The 2-hour has crossed. If that goes negative, it means bad things. The SPY is up here. The XLU is not. So that is something to pay attention to. SPY is way up here and XLU is not. And the last time that happened, there was a rug pull at the end of the day. So we are going to pay attention to this. Remember, if we don't see it at the end of the day, they could just gap us in a certain direction. But right now we are in an area where we have a 68% chance to see some kind of drop by the close. Will we see that in the last hour and a half of trading? That's what we're going to be paying attention to. Right now, we're noticing that volatility has not dramatically dropped off. So we still have a little bit of volatility left in us, and this 30-minute has yet to cross back down. Very interesting behavior here from our signals. Kind of screaming to me, something fishy is going on. And last time I thought something fishy was going on, well, yeah, you're seeing the dollar come back down, but that is coming down a little bit slowly. Maybe that is retail starting to get back into the market. And I think that's what they want to happen. I think that's what they want to happen. I think they want retail to get back into this market. And now maybe people are taking the bait, but not a lot of people are taking the bait when it comes to puts and calls. Very cool here to see that the put call ratio still at 0.884, not at 0.8. Very important, not at 0.8. Very important. The market makers are struggling here and they may rig the market even more. You might see some of the weirdest stock market behavior you have ever seen. He's back. You said you didn't get your money. Yeah, I have not received any money ever since I called this move right here. I don't know if I was reported, but I got an email from Teachable asking for all of my social media and all of my content. And they wanted me to send all of my content to them. And they never told me they wouldn't pay me. And now they owe me some money and they have not paid me. So I am still encouraging you to, as from an educational standpoint, I am a teacher. And whether they pay me or not, I do have legalities set up already. So if I need to, I can call up my lawyer right away and tell him what's going on, and everything is set up and ready to go. I have screenshots of everything, but I don't think anything fishy is going on. I don't think anything fishy is going on. But the conspiracy theorist in me is going, why is it ever since I made that call? I don't know if someone made a report on me or something like that, but um, if anything, that it happened right as this happened, right as I called this, literally right when this move happened and I called it. That's when they stopped paying me. They just withheld payment. And they have not emailed me. They haven't notified me whatsoever. I should put my Zelle on there. I do have Zelle. So the reason I was hopping on was because we're seeing some interesting stuff. We're seeing the first little blip I think we're going to see in Nvidia. And just I want you to notice this is not the best looking 30-minute divergence, right? It looks pretty clear on the 2-hour, looks pretty clear on the hourly, right? But these are not the best on the 30-minute. And I really like my 30-minute chart. So I do think the first rug pull could come and then maybe we go up to a monthly expected move and we see something like this, okay? But for now, you would have to say, because we aren't, retail is not taking the bait, retail is not buying a bunch of calls in this area, then you would say, oh no, they might squeeze this thing even higher, convince you even more. They might just rig it completely. So I'm very worried about the market, and that's why I'm live right now. I wanted to watch this close with you guys. 7 contracts, 1,300 calls for Nvidia. They canceled them at 106. They sold me out at 111197. Oh God, that's why I was like, that's why I decided not to trade Nvidia. Now I showed the microstructure on Patreon, like kind of telling you guys like how I find microstructure moves and how I get positions earlier. I am very good at it. It was just for educational purposes. We showed it to you on Apple. Right here, we noticed that we do have that 30-minute divergence, and it was right before this little downturn. It was right on this bar right here that I started to post that, right? I took a picture of it. This is the microstructure I overall look for, something like a 5 minute there for some microstructure, or a 15 minute. But the 5 minute structure here looked pretty good. So still waiting for that confirmation, right? Still waiting for that confirmation. That's the micro move to get in. Now you have to manage that very closely. So I don't encourage you to do it until you are at least seasoned in taking the regular trades, the regular confirmations. And then once we have some people out there, we might do a micro strategy course. That way you can know how to get the best price possible on these type of trades. Down 3.5 on QQQ puts. Yeah, so this is where that manipulation is coming in. We kind of knew that it would be manipulated the whole time. We said this is most likely going to 1200 before that falls down. It could have pulled back, but your signal on the 30-minute never. The only one you need to watch is Nvidia. The only one you need to watch is Nvidia. Everything else struggling. Everything else starting to struggle. AMD struggling. And the biggest thing is, you know that we are going to catch up to this eventually. You know we are going to catch up to XLU eventually. That crossing over, if that goes negative, that is going to be very, very bad. So we really want to pay attention to maybe AMC, maybe GME. Something fishy is going on here. GME confirming as of right now some upside for the daily chart on the MACD. Now, this is very tight. This is very tight, but you do have a little bit of room here on the RSI, so it's very interesting. It would be funny if we get a crossing of the daily MACD and then we see Roaring Kitty exercise those options. That would be very interesting. I got killed on QQQ puts. There was no reason to take a short on QQQ. There's no reason to take a short on QQQ. That 30-minute never curled over. Look at this. 30-minute chart is your godsend. It never said downside, not one time. So I'm sorry that happened to you. Let's look at a 15-minute, right? It's starting to cross now. But as of today, it never confirmed downside until like right now. Not really, Marvin. Not really. No, it is squeezing higher. And the reason that it's squeezing higher is because retail's being smart. The options market, the retail's being smart. Now, I believe the dollar is pulling back. I believe this is real retail starting to buy into the move. I think this is retail starting to buy into the move. Volatility is not increasing by any means, right? 30-minute not able to cross over. So it's not decreasing very dramatically either. And this is a effing squeeze. Like, that is a squeeze and a half. You have the Qs that are almost up 2%, and volatility, the SPY almost up 1%, and volatility is just kind of chilling where it was at. It's sure it's leaking down a little bit, but overall, it's like just chilling. So I'm gonna hop on. We're gonna watch this together. Yeah, I don't have the skill yet. Hey, that's perfectly fine to admit, Daniel. I respect you for that. I respect you for that. I respect you for that. So I just got in my Apple Play. Still waiting for the confirmation to hold it. I want that to confirm by the end of the day. I think we might see a lot of fishy behavior at the end of today. That's what the signals are telling me. But if this PCC does not go down, then we might just see this thing keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. Right now, you have a daily that wants to cross up, hasn't crossed up yet. So if this is going to act like XLU, it could give this up and reject. Remember, XLU and SPY, that's what we really need to watch. XLU rejected the crossing after a big move up. SPY has a huge move up, way more than XLU. And what if it rejects the crossing? That'll be huge. Now, the Qs actually are looking like they're going to cross. What if it rejects at the end of today? I'm going to watch the stock market today towards the end of the day with you guys, because something isn't adding up here. And I think they're just waiting to pull the trigger. Now, we did give the microstructure for Nvidia, finally creating some kind of daily or 5-minute divergence up here. This is a micro move. I know how to trade this stuff, so this is just for educational purposes. Not saying this has to crash down. This could easily just keep going up, and you'll see the MACD be funky and pull down and curl up and pull down and curl up because this is a 5-minute chart. You can see something crazy. But once this goes down, they're not going to try to give people time to react. I think it's going to be, you remember the SPY? You remember the SPY right here? You remember the SPY right back here where it was just in 15 minutes, we saw like almost a million worth of volume come in, right? I think we're going to see that with Nvidia, but I just don't know when. I don't know if it's today. I don't know if they just want to leak this on into the point where it gets a little bit higher, just keep leaking it up, but eventually it will start to catch up. It will fall. XLU, seeing that start to dip down, kind of just seeing some consolidation in here. So we'll see what happens with this. As of right now, you look like you're 5 minutes trying to curl up. So let's just focus on our 30-minute charts. Let's not try to get overzealous, try to get into those shorter time frames. Day trading is not what we do here. We trade highly probable moves. Apple is a probable move. If that curls over on this MACD at any time, kind of gives up this little 20 on the 30-minute, you can see some kind of, right now, it would be pullback, right? Contrarian bear signal, pullback, contrarian bear signal. Until that goes negative, we can't really talk too negatively about it, but it looks like some kind of pullback is coming. And when you run up like this, that pullback can be a little bit more dramatic. Let's see what AMC and GME are doing right now. See how it's struggling? Look at their 518 level. Look at that 518, 519 level. We can't get above it. They won't allow it. The options market will not allow it. Now, this one here, I think GME is still over 29.03. That is a good sign. It's trying to use it as support here, but we'll have to see what happens by the end of the day. I think TLT is popping. I think this is a flight to safety, to be totally honest. There is no real reason the yield should be backing off this hard. That looks like flight to safety if I've ever seen it. But I think, that's not I know yet. But this is breaking through a very important trend line. If that doesn't wick up, this could get very, very dramatic. This could get ugly. Look at that weekly. Look at that. The weekly is crossing. Where is it? It's very close to negative territory now. For a weekly scale, that's very close. You're only at 0.07. Like, come on, this is very, very close. Right? Much closer than over here. Now you're breaking through a trend. If that doesn't wick up by the end of the week, you're in a lot of trouble. And people are going to go, yields going down is great. That's what they've trained you. Yeah, today is weird. And it's all because of this. It's all because of this. It's literally all because of this. If this at any time would have gotten way down here, we would have seen the rug pull, but it's not. Retail is being smart. And weirdly enough, when retail is smart, when all of retail becomes smart, they just change the whole game. You know that this is not supposed to happen. We just got a higher PMI. Inflation is still on everyone's mind. We just got a higher PMI. Yields are dropping. We have a flight to safety. The dollar is up while the market is up. This is the total ass backwards move that is supposed to happen today, and that's why we are watching it together. That's why we're going to watch it till the end of the day. We're going to see something crazy, I think. If not today, then tomorrow morning. And there's my smoothie. Smoothie done. And the crazy part are all of my plays look perfectly fine. Very interesting to see all of them look perfectly fine when the SPY's just running and running and running, and my volatility play looks perfectly fine. Sorry, I licked my lips. God, we need to do. We need to put on the Squirtle hat. I need a haircut. I know. I was thinking about growing it out, growing a ponytail, but then I'd be too hipster. I'd feel a little hipster. Max at 1200, but it keeps going up, and there's 36% more calls at the 1200 strike price. You insight what's going on. If you think that I'm going to know every single little move, I want you to pay attention to what was going on, okay, around 1200. See, this is where you can't just expect, oh, 1200, look at this. You know what this is? This is them trying to get you to short Nvidia at 1200. This is them saying we don't want to pay um we don't want to pay these calls, but let's see if they'll short it. Let's see if they're short it, 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 short it. Okay, cool. Rug pull. Some people shorted this, and you know that they did. You know they did because the PCC was way up here. You know people were shorting Nvidia. You know it. This morning, 9:45, you knew that they were shorting it, and this is not low enough. This is not low enough for them to rug pull. The price is not going to change that much with the puts and calls if it's sitting at 0.88. If it's sitting at 0.85, it has to get below 0.8 to start to do that. So what do? We said they would sit it there, convince you to short it, or convince you. Either way, it would have convinced you. Okay, if you would have said right here during all of this time, if you would have said, "Oh, calls, calls, calls. This has to go higher. This has to go higher," it would have went like that. It would have went like this. But right here, you see, most people probably went short, 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 short. Why do we think that that happened? Because the PCC told us the PCC was at, 1. This is why you do not trade NVIDIA. I've said it 100 times. You do not know the actual, unless you know the order flow, you need to pay attention to this. This is how they rig you. They hesitate to make you make a decision. Oh, we're hesitating here. We're lagging here. So this must be resistance. So it's going to fall. That's what retail probably thought. They probably took some shorts on it and then they were able to make some money off you. They need you to give up. They want everyone to give up. And what I was advising you to do was give up way back here. Stop. There are other trade setups. Even I myself said today, I was like, even I'm not going to try to take this because screw that. And if I am going to take it, I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait for the hourly to curl down. Has the hourly curled down? Has the 2-hour curled down? Those are your signals. Like, stop trying to make money so fast. Stop. It will help you as a trader if you just sit there and you wait. Look at this. Has it crossed? No. And I know I'm sounding like a dad right now. I just took care of my baby girl. That's probably why. But look at this. Has it crossed over? No, it hasn't. Now, I look for micro moves to see points where you could get in. But what have I said a million times? Even I am not trading this. This is an example. It's for educational purposes, right? I am not trading NVIDIA. I refuse. Look at this behavior. A crazy person would try to trade this until something big proves. A bigger time frame has to prove. If this 2-hour crosses, it can prove and I can manage that trade. Like this is just people trying to front run stuff. This is stupid behavior. Do not front run stuff if you don't know how to do it. I know how to do it, and I know how to do it, and I'm not doing it. I know how to do it, and I'm not doing it. That should be enough of an example right there. Why not look at something else? Look at this. If this crosses down, look at this. People are going to front run. People are going to front run. I say, don't do it. I do it because I know what I'm doing. This crosses. Awesome. Loses the 20. Awesome. You're going to get at least a pullback. You're going to get some kind of pullback. Stumble Pro, I like it. Don't treat it like casino. I say this in my videos 100 times, and I know that it goes through to a lot of you. So this is more just a reiteration. You see Nvidia at a big price, and you think therefore that it has to fall very dramatically, and you probably are right. But they are going to wait. They are going to wait. They are going to wait until you have no money left to short it. That is the goal of Nvidia. Nvidia is the one stock that you should not be touching. All right, I'm done. Done with my rant. Done with my rant. Done with my rant. I'm sorry. When do I think Apple will cross? Landon, I'm not mad at you. I know my tone. See, this is what my wife talks about. My tone gets very rude sometimes. I don't mean to, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm really not. I'm trying to help you. I'm really, really, really trying to help you. Have an order ready at the freaking ask or bid, whichever one you want to do. Have it ready. Right when you see a 30-minute confirmation, meaning a full 30-minute bar goes like this, that is when you take the play. That is when a trader would take the play. If you need more confirmation on this, take the course. Still, people who take the course They try to front run stuff and they don't know how. And the thing is, even I know how to front run stuff. Look at this. It doesn't even look the best anymore, but they're messing with it. So yeah, I'm going to find micros in here. I'm going to find little tiny things on the 15-minute that give me hints. I say it over and 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 over again. Do not front run stuff. It's very simple. Do not front run stuff. The last time that Nvidia had a pretty significant 2-hour divergence was between these points. Nvidia said too short right here. Okay, now risk management said get out. Risk management says get back in. You get a drop. There's the drop you get. You're probably in right there, 9%, 66 points. You're not going to see big drops in Nvidia. It's just you're just not. It's manipulated to the upside. All right. What are the thoughts on SPY? Okay, wait, your puts are when, Chris? What are your thoughts on the SPY place puts this morning? I'm down. What do you think? Not financial advice. Well, if you're trying to do it this morning, I don't know your expiration. I don't know anything like that. I'm a position trader, so the shortest time I will take a position is 2 weeks out. 2 weeks out is the shortest time I take a position. I'm going to tell you right now, again, for the millionth time, not towards you, Chris. I'm not hating on you guys. I'm not hating on you guys. You guys know I love you. I love you. I do. I love being here. I love being here. I really, really, really do. I really do. I'm just trying to help you. I am. I'm trying to teach you. Okay? Let's see. You bought the put this morning. You're not a bad trade. You are being intelligent. The point of this is the market is rigged, Chris. The market is rigged, Chris. This shorting right here is probably the correct move. A 15-minute divergence here, curling over, right around here. If that would have curled over, it would have been the right move. But they know that you did that. Once you place the order, they get your data, they know your order. If your order matches the rest of the market and the put call level is too high, puts are too expensive for them to go down, then they are going to manipulate the market up. Now, the good part about our signal, we mentioned a 15-minute divergence forming here throughout this whole thing. Did it cross over? No. No. No, 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 maybe. This is a maybe. Why is it a maybe? Because the stock is still going up while this is curling down. There was no reason. There's not, do you see a red bar in here? Like seriously, like, do you see a red, there's nothing. There's nothing that confirmed this on the MACD. Okay. Nope. Nope. Nope, Robbie. I'm not wrong. And if I am wrong, that's perfectly fine. I'm not going to be hurt by it because I'm not trading the thing. I'm not trading the thing, and I'm telling everyone, like, hey, this thing is rigged. I'm a trader. I'm a pretty good one, and I'm not trading the thing. Will it be rug pulled? Bobby Lee, thank you so much for Bobby Lee. No, will it be rug pulled? Yes. All of my indications are this is some kind of bull trap. This is just like last Friday. I'll probably get the hate mail. Got to check the email. I probably already got some. You said it was going to go down yesterday. It didn't go down today. I didn't say it was going to go down today. I said it will go down when this signal confirms. Has the signal confirmed? Has the signal confirmed? It hasn't. It hasn't confirmed, guys. Just be patient. And they're going to probably do something like this, trick you, wick it up, and then you're convinced again, and then it pulls back down. This will be so hard to trade. That's why I didn't take it. That's why I said I'm going to be a good trader. Going to be a nice, good trader. It is a good behavior to do. QQQ over $8 is ridiculous. Yes. And like, why is this happening right after the AMC thing, right as 63 banks are about to fail? This is what we're paying attention to right before unemployment data on Friday. It's like unemployment, bank failures. Those are the two things we said to pay attention to a month ago. Right now, we get unemployment on Friday, and we have 63 banks that are filing. Oh, shoot, with what? But there's 63 banks that are at risk of failing right now. We have AMC and GME that are causing E-Trade to shit their pants. We have AMC and GME that are causing short sellers to shit their pants. We have AMC and GME that are causing market makers to shit their pants. If the market maker is crapping themselves, why would you try to fight against the market maker? I would wait till my signals tell me. No offense to the other retail traders out there. I respect you. I wish that I could teach you everything, but if I teach you everything, they would just rig the market to go up forever. If we could teach every single retail trader and every single retail trader followed our signals, then they would just rig the market to go up to 1 million. All right, we're done. In Power Hour, could it bounce back up? All right, let's change the tone a little. If there's some stocks we want to look at, that's perfectly fine with me. And now I'm gonna go back to chilling. We're going back to chilling. So for GME, so one thing I've been really paying attention to is the 30-minute. I even posted this to Patreon, the AMC, the 30-minute here. This is divergence for AMC, guys. This is divergence for AMC outside of the weekly expected move. Exactly. That's what they want you to do. Actually, no, they want you to join once it hits 1 million. That's when they want you to think it can go to 2 million. So Nvidia, it gets to 1,000. Someone came in today and they said it's going to go to 2,000. That's exactly what they want you to think. But guess what? They're going to make it look like it's going to go to 2,000. They're going to wait until everyone gives up. We've said this for a week, 2 weeks. We've said this for about a week and a half now. I think Nvidia probably heads down to 957. Not right away. See, I say that, and everyone's going to be like, you said it would go to 957 tomorrow. I think in the month of June, there is high potential for Nvidia to now head towards 957. That can change very quickly. If at the end of June, right, let's say a daily chart rolls over. Let's just say it happens. Let's just say some kind of downside happens. And 958, 957. Look at that point. It's a very important point that we broke out of, right? Big gap. Okay. So I think we're going to head down towards that area by the end of June. But I'm going to say that it's going to do this, and then it's going to curl back up like this. And then this MACD is going to do this, and it's going to curl back up like this, maybe midway through June. And then people are going to say, you said that it was going down here. Yeah, but right here, you know I'm saying, hey, positive territory curls up into positive territory. What happens? A positive move. And then you get a divergence. That's when you can look for weakness. I'm always flipping back and forth, guys. You cannot just assume anything. You need to learn the signals. Is all I'm hearing here is a lot of people that need to learn to trust their signals. Like, learn the signals just this much, trust them this much all the time. They've saved me thousands and thousands of times. They have saved me thousands and thousands of times. They have saved me. I guarantee you, because I've had trades that look good, and then my risk management comes in, it turns up, and I go, ooh, I should get out of this. I break even, and then boom, a big move up happens, and I go, oh God, I'm glad I got out of that. One of the hardest thing to do in the market is short. Did you know that? You know, it's much harder to short the market than to take calls on the market. The market heads up most of the time. That is because there are companies out there, hedge funds are out there, and they have to report better numbers every single quarter. It's messed up. I don't like it, but that's the game. If you can't play it, invest. I already said 958, 957. This is the level. 957 is where I assume it will go by the end of the month. Now, am I coming up with that number? Is that my number? By the way, who here thinks that I'm just making up this number of 958? Who here thinks that I'm just making up this number of 958? Why would I think that 958 is an important level? Well, one, support, resistance. Resistance can turn into support, but two, yeah, I'm a little irritated, just a little bit. You guys, I have like low sleep, and obviously people are not able to do this style, right? Some of you guys cannot do these shorter time frames, and that is perfectly fine. Do the bigger ones. If Nvidia crosses over on a daily chart right here, there's a very high likelihood that it goes to 958. But I'll say that, and someone will try to short it here, and that's exactly what they want to push it higher. No, you have to just let your signal tell you. Your signal will tell you, and puts will be plenty cheap. Everyone else will think it is going higher. You can see it cross over. Boom. You risk management for a second, and then boom. Why would it go to 958? I didn't make up this number. This is where the options market expects it to go. This is as low as the options market expects it to go. I'm going to give you guys a quick hint for the whole month of June. Do you know how high the options market expects it to go? About here. And we're already there 5 days into the month of June. So, can we head higher? Yes. Does this line right here mean, oh, I'm going to short it into oblivion? No, because guess what? If people keep shorting it, it's going to keep doing this. People will give up. You just want to see when momentum tells you that people have given up. Nope, not making it up. If you know how to do the calculation, it's perfectly easy. We use it every week. Anyway, most day traders feed the market. If you're a day trader, you have a 95% chance to lose, and that is a mutually exclusive probability. So you have a 95% chance to lose money every single day. You bet a $10,000 bet in one day on a 0 DTE, you lose all of that, you build up 10K again over the next month, you do it again, you still have a 95% chance to lose that money. Yes, exactly. And isn't it interesting? Dawson, great point. Resistance, 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 support now. It can become support. It can become support. And the options market is telling you there is a 68% chance that you land above this move and you gravitate towards those moves. We are gravitating to one right now. We are gravitating to one. It would kind of make more sense if we went and touched it. Let's go look at AMC. You guys want to see a one in real time? We're literally touching it right now. We keep rejecting off of it over and over and over. 518. It's 519, but 518 was the support level we found. It just happens to be the same as the weekly range for this week. Look, whenever we get above there, what happens? Sell, sell, resistance right at it. Right here, we're getting resistance. Right here, we got resistance right at it. Like this right here is how it works. This is what happens on monthly scales too. The monthly move for the SPY, good question. Where are we? The monthly move for the SPY is way up here. So we could go higher. We could go higher. This is why you wait for confirmations. We're not even at the weekly expected move yet. Now the Qs, little different, right? Look at the Qs. Oh, they're getting close. They're getting close. This is already outside of the weekly. And I want you to see something. This is very important. This is the daily expected move. This right here is the daily expected move. Look what happens at the daily expected move. Resistance comes in. These are some of the best levels you can pay attention to. No one pays attention to these levels. The amount of traders that pay attention to weekly expected moves, very low. And if they do pay attention to weekly expected moves, they're getting the ones that are on Thinkorswim. Thinkorswim has market makers in it. Why would they want to give you the right levels? Those levels probably aren't even right. Do the calculation. I do the calculation. Let's look at XLU. You don't think weekly ranges work? Weekly ranges. This is the weekly range. Where did we go to? We went directly to the weekly range. Again, this was on Tuesday. We went towards it. You gravitate towards it. All right. Now we bounce. If we break that, that means that we can go into a bearish environment, a very bearish environment. And right now you have a 2-hour crossed over. You have a major difference between XLU and the SPY. So it leads me to believe something big is happening here, and I think they could keep squeezing this as long as they want, as long as people don't give up on the puts. People are buying more puts. But volatility is not dropping off dramatically. That's very important to understand. It's not dropping off dramatically. And the SPY is up by over 1%. The Qs are up by almost 2%. It's crazy. Oil. Ooh, yeah, let's look at oil. I'm down. Oil had a crazy move, though. Oil's going through a deflationary move right now. We failed the crossing, deflationary move. That could mean that assets are going to follow oil. We'll see. Oof. Now it's seeing a bounce back. That's good. Maybe USO. USO's probably got the huge gap down, right? Yeah, it's got a huge gap down. There's no real trade setup here. Ooh, it is. Someone was mentioning natural gas too. Is there a big risk? Yeah. So if you start to go long at the tops, guys. Okay, so let's just do a weekly here on like, and a lot of times stuff happens in the post market. Let's look at just SPY. Let's look at SPY. Actually, we'll go daily. So once you start to go long at these highs, what do? They give you a huge red day, down 2%. And then they say, hey, here's the bounce. Now it's going up again. Boom, big red day, down 1.3%. They don't give you the time to react. And then look at this. If you were just reacting, you were like, oh, I'm going to react. I'm going to hold this option for a few days. Boom. They will not give you time to react. Look at COVID. You want to talk about an actual crash? Look at COVID. You want to know where people probably had calls? I want to say right here. One. Oh, I'm going to hold this just for a couple more. Oh, crap. 3.3%. I'll hold it. It's going to bounce. Oh, crap. 3%. Oh, look at that. It's bouncing back up. Gives it away at the end of the day. Oh, crap. Another 5%. If something bad like this happens, you're not going to be able to get out of your long positions. And if you do, you're going to sell for pennies on the dollar. So I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to be in a good mood. Like I deal with so much at home and with my other job and with trading in myself. I have enough to do with that. And my trades look good. I'm literally looking at them right now. I'm like, the trades look good. But the reason that I'm getting frustrated a little bit here, guys, is because I am literally dedicating time for like 15 bucks a day on YouTube to do this type of stuff. And I'm just trying to help you. Like I'm trying to help you, but everyone wants to show me 1 minute charts. Let me show you a 1 minute chart. Do you know how many divergences we're going to see on a 1 minute chart? A million. Look at all these. You're going to be convinced all the time that this is going to go down. Where does it end up? It's up. All throughout this, you're going to see divergences. You're going to see all kinds of crap. You're going to catch one right here. You're going to catch it. You're going to be like, I did it. And then just rips back up the other way. Like this is not what you should be doing. The lowest you should do is a 30-minute. Trust your 30-minute, trust your risk management. You will be just fine. It's happy hour. Yeah, I'm probably going to switch it over. If we keep getting trolls in here, I'll probably have to, we're already gonna maybe just do I was gonna add a tier to the Patreon that's $12 so you get the weekly ranges as well if you want to see the live videos. We're thinking of doing that because as we grow and as we grow, we get more and more trolls, which is perfectly fine. I just really want people who are dedicated to actually learning and listening, like listening, not just hearing, like listening. Because now, look at this. Like, look. Oh my goodness. Wow. Holy crap. Now I just have to risk manage. Like you put yourself through so much stress through all of this. You're staring at the chart, you're staring at the chart. You know what I did for the last couple hours? I rocked my baby girl to sleep. I played with her on the floor. I played with her little wolf toy. We had a good time. I came back downstairs. I posted some stuff to Patreon. I posted some stuff to Twitter because apparently I'm tweeting now. It sounds like fun. And now I can wait. Okay, boom. There's my buy signal. Like I enjoy life for the most part, right? I was hopping on. I wasn't even going to hop on today. I wasn't going to hop on at the end of today. I was hopping on to be like, if I can be helpful to you guys, I'm going to try. And then I see all these people that say, oh, I know you said not to, you said not to, you said not to, but I did. And I'm okay with that. Like, it's okay. You're admitting you did. And I think that that is a huge moment. You're taking accountability. But just really quick, what did you do wrong? You front run a signal without knowing how to, and you're front running maybe a signal here that is in a stock that I've said for a month now, maybe, that it is the most manipulated stock in the market. GME, AMC, and Nvidia are the three most manipulated stocks in the entire stock market. No, I appreciate you. Humanity, ask questions, ask questions. But the reason that I'm saying this is because people are trying to trade with money. If you're still at the point, humanity, I like that. If you're still at the point where you're asking questions, you're trying to learn, I think that is awesome. You need to get to the point first where you know enough to then work with the emotional side of the market. It's going to be a lot different. Notice how emotional people are getting here about trying to short this when there is no signal whatsoever to short this. There's no 30-minute crossing, but look how the emotions get to you. Oh, this could cross right now. It could. We don't play it coulds. We don't play it coulds. We said this is most likely going to catch up to XLU. Now we're seeing the opposite signal. We're seeing XLU dropping off, and the SPY's way up here. So great questions. Like questions I love. I love questions that make sense. But what time exactly will Nvidia drop? I'm literally telling you when I think the exact time when Nvidia will drop. When this 2-hour cross is over. If, when and if this 2-hour cross is over. And then the job's not done. It might turn down. And then it'll turn back up and people say I'm wrong. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm going to say it's going up here because the signals are telling me that. And then it does this. We still have a little more upside. We can go 50 points higher. We can go 50 points higher. Thank you, Imran. Hulk Hogan's in here. Don't kick my ass, bro. Look, we even put on the squirrel hat. Yes, YS. Perfect statement. Nvidia will drop when every retail trader takes calls. It drops when it drops, and your indicator will tell you when you should take a trade. Like it's kind of like don't trade the price action, trade the indicator. Like kind of. Not saying an EMA. No EMA. No SMA. No EMA, no SMA, no MAs. When this shows a red bar, it tells you the probability is that this is going to at least get a pullback. If it goes past the center line, it goes negative, then it can start to fall dramatically. But if it curls back up at any time, positivity will be there. So that is where you have to be risk managed. So it's dropping when it's already dropped. No, it is dropping and you are waiting for the opportune time to know that the drop is real. You are looking for the moment where the momentum is shifting down. When have you ever seen a ball bounce back up before it hits the ground? When have you ever dropped a bouncy ball and it starts to bounce back up before it hits the ground? What we're saying is don't try to find out where the ground is. Try to find out when the ball is moving back up after hitting the ground. That is what we are doing. On the 1 hour on NVIDIA, Formed at 9:30. Hidden one? 1 hour on Nvidia. Bullish hidden divergence, so it should be angled that way. Nvidia, it formed at 9:30. Huh? Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. Take a picture of it. Take a picture of it, Tom. Send it to me. I'm down to look at it. Take a picture of it and tell me. In zero gravity. When the ball has a string on it. Yeah, I like that. SPY for sure. Like SPY, it looks like it's approaching the weekly. So as far as this week goes, you would say 534.87 is what the options market is telling you. I'm never going to tell you exactly how high I think a stock could go. If you ever hear me quote where I think a stock will go, I can guarantee you it is right around a monthly, a weekly expected move, a daily expected move. Why would I guess when the options market is giving me the number? You know what I mean? The 30-minute time frame is a little less stressful. Indeed it is. Look at this. Look at this. I just sat. I sat all day, right? I said, I don't know if I want to play these. This doesn't look, it still doesn't look like the best divergence anymore, but the micro in here looks okay. And the reason that I'm looking at is because the 2 hour all the way across, right? So if I was being very patient, this right here is the ball hitting the floor. Now you're seeing it bounce back up, but you're going to make sure that they're not like putting a freaking piece of plywood above it to stop it from bouncing up, right? So we want to make sure this is confirming momentum to the upside and that the ball is being smashed off the floor and bouncing up. But in this case, it's down, right? Shorts. Anyway, AMD looking pretty. Nvidia looking pretty. Like these setups look great. Uh-oh, what's going on with Meta? Uh-oh. Where's that weekly expected move for Meta? And this is in risk management is a real thing. I never say I'm going to be 100% right. I always say I risk manage because I know I could be wrong. Why could I be wrong? Because they have 4 queens, I only have 1. We're playing chess. Right now, you have a single divergence on a 15-minute for Meta. You're curling up outside of the weekly expected move. You use the weekly expected move to actually bounce higher. And now we're creating another point of divergence. Does that mean take a trade? Not yet. You have to be very patient. Looks pretty good on the 15-minute here for Apple. Even a 15-minute looked pretty good. Divergence all across this bad boy. Looks good, looks good, looks good. All right, let's check on the memers. And if anyone has another stock they'd like me to look at, I will look at it. See, 15-minute didn't curl down fully. Look at that. So see, this is rejection. So see how you could have been convinced this is going down? And I even posted there could be some kind of pullback. You have 30-minute divergence. Did the 15-minute cross? No. So actually the momentum is still up for AMC. Looks decent. 30 minutes still up for AMC. That hasn't completed. But if this would complete, then most likely it drops down to 437. Gold, how's that doing? Ooh, this is a play. This is a play. We found the floor. We waited for momentum to tell us that this is going up. It told us, let's see, told you on this bar. All right, momentum's going up. Is the 2 hour crossing up? Awesome, it's already crossed up. Okay, I can manage a 2 hour trade. Is the daily turned up yet? No, it's not. So I got to manage the trade on a 2 hour and make sure that at no time this 30 minutes rolling over, right? Because it's still close to the center line. If you just treat trading like this, think of it way simpler. You guys got to think way simpler. Way simpler. But I do appreciate you guys being here. I really do. And just know if I'm hard on you guys, it's just because I want you to learn. It's like your teacher being hard on you in school. I want you to learn. It's fine to make mistakes. I totally understand. But the reason that I get frustrated is because these signals told you that this is not turning down. Right here, you maybe had an argument. Right here, you had an argument. And then it turned back up and you have no argument. From then on, you have no argument that the 30-minute was going to cross over. Because was crossover is not what we do. We pay attention to when it crosses over. Now you're up towards a weekly. The Q's are already outside of it. You have a 68% chance to drop by the end of the day. You have a 68% chance to drop by the end of the week, by Friday close. So we could end outside of here, 32% chance, right? 32% chance to land outside of the daily expected moves, 32% chance to land outside the weekly. It's nice to have percentages though. A lot of traders don't have percentages. So 68% of the time, you will win. But you got to manage your risk for in case something like this happens. I can tell you right now, this is happening on a Wednesday afternoon. You still got 2 whole days left. Nvidia, what you doing? What you doing, Nvidia? What you doing, Nvidia? Did you cross over on this 30-minute at any time? Oh, no, you didn't. So I never should have taken a downside position. Awesome. All right. Thank you, indicator. Thank you, MACD, for telling me I should never have shorted this. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, 30-minute MACD. That's what I'm going to say to my indicator right now. Saying thank you. I appreciate you for not tricking me. You tried to, but I know I don't front run stuff. So you tried to, but no, I'm okay. But we're starting to see puts trickle back into the market. We can just keep squeezing. This is maybe retail getting back in. Because you just because smart money is rotating to TLT and stuff. So like smart money is rotating to TLT heavily lately. Look at that. That is maybe a flight to safety. I got put in a dippy. All right, we're gonna have a positive attitude the rest of the day. Who's down? Who's down for a positive vibes the rest of the day? I'd play a tune to cheer us up, but also, Soraya, thank you so much for subscribing. Really do appreciate it. How does Microsoft look? Let's go look at Microsoft. Like, I really do want to be one of those streamers that does pay attention to chat. That does pay attention to chat. I really do. I don't want to turn into one of those streamers who is just, I'm trying to help, but I can't help you directly at all because I have to turn off. I just can't look at the chat. That's what a lot of people do. They don't even look at the chat. They just look at charts. They look at charts. They look at charts. They make a comment to the chat. They look at charts. They look at charts. They make a comment to the chat. That's it. I'm looking at stocks for you guys in real time and showing you what to do. As far as Microsoft goes, good move here. Good move. You're going to think to yourself, this is a great, great move, and you would be very correct. Now, Microsoft is doing something a little fishy as well. It's squeezing very, very well. That is awesome. The 2-hour curled up. If that can go positive, that's great. I don't think Microsoft's 2-hour goes positive. Now, why would I be able to say that? Why would I say that? Okay. Well, one, because if it's going to go positive, most likely it needs to consolidate at some point on the shorter time frames, right? The 30-minute. You'd like to see consolidation. Even here would be great to get some kind of handle, and this could roll over. If that goes negative, that's going to be bad. So why do I think resistance is going to come soon? Because 426 is a very important level. I know it is a very important level, and we are approaching it very quickly. So what I would say here is the 30-minute is cooked. Most likely, if you're going to see more upside, you're going to get a handle here, or at least go sideways, and then this will go down like this and cross back up. It'll go down like this, cross back up, and it'll go down like this, or some kind of consolidated move sideways, right? And then cross back up. Then your indicator will tell you whether or not there's more upside. And then you just have to be weary. Now we're going into the end of the week. A lot of stuff is squeezing, so you could squeeze higher, but I'm telling you, 426 is a very important level, and we're only 3 points away. So Microsoft does look decent, but then you look on a daily scale and you go, whoa, those are some big divergences all across this. And this was a trade setup we gave in the past. This is a great trade setup. And maybe we need to go make a divergence right here. Maybe we do get more of a blow off top. We keep going. We said that multiple times. What if we do that? That's definitely possible. What if the SPY is leading XLU? I don't think it is. I don't think it is because usually XLU leads, but hey, maybe. Maybe XLU catches up to the SPY and then we get that crash signal. Maybe. But yeah, as far as Microsoft goes, it really looks like a 30-minute pullback is coming. I wouldn't try to YOLO into a move until I see some at least sideways price action, which you're actually getting some right now. So if there's more upside, you might even see on Microsoft, you might even just see like at least the 15-minute curl down. You see how we're moving sideways now? So this is kind of like play their game. Why would I try to short this when I know that they're sending it higher? Okay, if that curls down, curls up, then I know that's a good buy area. That's kind of how you look at it here. You're still up on the MACD, you just kind of crossed. So if that crosses up at any point, you just like it to get out of overbought territory for the most part. You'd like it to do just something like this, get a little handle, maybe come down to this level. But you see, I'm always maybes, I'm this, I'm that, I think, I this. But I just play the signals, guys. I just play the signals. Is that Carvana? We can go look at Carvana. We can go see 30-minute here. Ooh, solid. Yeah, okay. So this is Carvana. I think we checked this out a little bit maybe yesterday. We just mentioning this was yesterday. I think we looked at this. So I don't know if we caught this, but big pump up. Great. This is a divergence right here. This divergence here that led to more tapering. Very, very good. You see the divergence here. You see the buy area right there on this bar. It said, hey, it's going to go green. All right, then it fails. It fails. Your risk management would tell you to get out up in these areas, most likely, right? If you take the course, the risk management will save you here. Now, it turns down, but it tapers. And what does it do? Well, it rejects the crossing. Once it rejects, you can probably look at a 15-minute here and look at this. This says buy. Awesome. Now it says risk manage. Now it says awesome. Now you go positive. See how at the end of the day, you'll end up in the big move. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to not get tricked back and forth. We're just trying to get in and out, and then find the big move, not let them take all your money. Can you share? Yeah, MACD, RSI. Then these ones up here. Now I don't use Bollinger Bands on the shorter time frames. I just use on daily, weekly, monthly. Do you think the market bubble has room to grow? It does. It does have room to grow. You can go past monthly expected moves. We've done it before. Okay, so we do have room to go higher because we could create this divergence. So I would say the highest the options market is telling me the market should go is 541.87. 541.87, okay? So that's where I'd really be paying attention, but I'm going to be paying attention to right now. Anytime that this rolls up, rolls back down, right? Rolls up, rolls back down. I'm thinking it might be game over. And XLU isn't even matching this right now, so I'd be very careful in the last 30 minutes of the day and holding anything long overnight. Even if it ends up higher, that is being risk managed at that point. That's what I'm doing. I'm not holding. I had a long on AMD. I sold that right away. I see this behavior, I sell it right away. I'm very risk managed. I'm like, I don't care if it goes higher. I made 30% very early on, very quickly. And I was like, cool, I'm done. That's fine. That's a decent day. I'm out of the longs. Let me find what is happening next. What is happening next? Let's see, volatility. Oh, you are getting closer and closer to curling up. Look how close it is to just crossing. If that goes positive, it's going to be bad news, man. It's going to be bad news. And now you're crossing over on the 30-minute, and I could be risk managed here. I could say I need to get out, but this behavior here, if I see this curl back up, I'm going to just hold on to this thing. I believe in it enough. I'm going to hold on to this thing. Risk management, I encourage everyone else, stay risk managed all the time. 15-minute, if this thing curls up at any time, I'm adding a bigger position here and I'm probably going to make more money. I've done this trade a million times. I love volatility plays, man. I love volatility plays. I can't believe that we still have the puts coming into the market. I'm really trying to think. If that's not retail, this could be weird. But usually retail is what this is. It's still 0.9. Oh God, the puts are just screaming now. So yeah, I bet you now Nvidia probably has even more room to go up. Calls on UVXY, yeah. I take so how I like to play it, Hulk Hogan, is I take very, very I take longer out expiration. I just take the trade for a few days and I scale in. So I'll scale in up to 3 times. But if I have to scale, like if it's a scale in over, like it won't be a week, it'll be scale in twice in one day, once in the next day. And then if the pop happens, then I'll be like, okay, is it seeing my risk management telling me to get out? Did I make enough money that I can take profit? That's overall how I do it. I have to be quick with it. UVXY decays. So yes, I am long the VIX. Every once in a while, when I see something crazy, when I see something crazy and I think that the market is completely wrong, or being rigged, then yeah, I like to fight back by getting some UVXY calls. Most of the time, if I'm expecting to hold UVXY for a, say, like 2 weeks, I'm only planning on holding those UVXY calls for like maybe till Tuesday, 4 days. But if I'm planning on holding UVXY for weeks, like 2 weeks, I scale in with just buying the stock. So it's not a good idea to hold Nvidia overnight. If you wake up and it's higher, you're gonna be mad, but I am not holding Nvidia overnight ever when I see this type of price action. I am not holding Nvidia overnight at all. All you have to do is see an hourly curl over, and this could be game over. So I am not. Now, I still think that this is going to be more manipulated. I think it'll be more manipulated with the split and everything that's going on. People are very bullish about it. Yeah, I have a position on VIX. I'm about to do my second scale in on VIX. I don't even look at UVXY, by the way, when I take my volatility plays. I literally don't even look at it. So I didn't get out. I've done this before. I'm very experienced, so I didn't risk manage out of this position. I am only down 10% still, so something is fishy with that. If this curls up right here, I'm going to add another position and see what happens. Make sure the 30-minute is curling up. Look at that, it didn't even cross over, so I'm glad I didn't scale out of my position. It's not crossing over anymore. I have to see how the next 17 minutes go, though. And then if the 2-hour curls up, I will hold on to that position and manage it on a 30-minute chart. So look at this, we're reaching areas where we could create a 2-hour divergence. We have a huge, huge difference. The UVXY is here, the SPY is here. So that is a big, big difference. And they've been following each other very closely lately. So the only reason, Debesh, the only reason that higher time frames would mess with AMC and GME, actually the highest time frames always tell you the perfect time to invest in the stock. Did you know that? Did you know that? AMC, remember when we showed this yesterday, how cool it was? So you see this big pop? I want you to notice something. Even though it's in negative territory, this is a contrarian bullish signal, but I want you to notice something. Right here, you got a crossing of the MACD on a monthly scale. This told you to buy at 25.70. It went all the way down to 11.54. If you paid attention to maybe a weekly chart, you scale in, boom. If you would have just held the stock at 25.70 and you knew about the movement, that's important with these. You have to know about the movement. You hold it, it never went back negative. It never crossed down again on the MACD. And guess what? Boom. $25, you times 10 your money. Pretty cool. And now what are you seeing as of right now? Uh-oh. Interesting. We'll see how the month plays out. There's a lot of the month left. And that took months to play out last time. So it can take months again. Sorry, let me get back to the SPY. GME has the same thing. The monthly told you when to take a chance on it. And if I would have known that back then, if I would have been paying attention, if I would have knew about the movement, if I would have known what was going on with short sellers, yeah, I would have been in that move. But I didn't pay attention to that type of stuff back then. I didn't pay attention to AMC and GME back then, so. King of Light, thank you. I appreciate you. Did you know Lucas means light, apparently? You know, pull back to 531. Yeah, and this isn't just, take a position outside of this. You still want to wait for your indicators to tell you some kind of move, right? So maybe it would say, like, maybe there would be an argument here on this bar. Maybe there's an argument scale in, but as this heads up while the MACD turns down, that's that's very fishy behavior, and a lot of the time that can end up as a rug pull moment. We are at 226 the last 30 minutes. Remember, a lot of volume comes in. Man, someone's got to pull up volume for me. Wow. Wow, so much volume. So much volume in this big, big move. That is very low volume, guys. That is very low volume. Volume just distracts me, but it's nice to add to the chart every once in a while. Very low volume. A lot of the volume comes in at the end of the day. Not saying it has to happen at the end of the day, but I think that we're at least going to experience some kind of pullback. Maybe we get double top up here, something like that, but I think we're going to catch up to XLU. What's XLU doing right now? Curling down. XLU is by its bottom side weekly expected move. The SPY is at its top one. That is a huge difference. PCC trending up. That's kind of crazy to me. It's kind of crazy to me that that's trending up. This just means that we can squeeze further. Unless this was enough and now people are seeing it, but you need this below 0.8. Dollar going into our zone, starting to see a little green there. HYG up, TLT, is that still going up? Man, maybe TLT has that pullback as well. Everyone's getting way too excited here, way too fast. What software am I using? Windows. What software am I using? TradingView. We go over TradingView a little bit in the course. We just tell you, you can literally get everything I have, I think you can get for free. Like, you don't have to do anything. The only reason I actually purchased the basic plan for TradingView was because I think it lets me add like one more indicator. And if you get the free version, it pops up a little like switch to premium like every 10 minutes, and I hate it. Oh my God, it's so annoying. So how to read PCC is just like, okay, so I'm reading this now in this way the last week or two because we know the market's rigged and they're really trapping people back and forth. So the way that I was able to catch that big rigged move was, I believe, here, right? So here is where when you get above 0.956, puts start to become expensive and calls are cheaper. So what happens? Well, the market maker knows that they can send the market higher because calls are cheaper. So why not buy the calls? Awesome. And then you would say, okay, so they don't want the market to go down further because puts are more expensive, right? So then you would say that again, you would say, okay, down here, calls are very, very expensive. So Monday at 8:30, what happened? Well, that happened right here. Monday at 8:30, this happened. What happened? We actually got good, decent data. We actually got decent data, and the market pulls back dramatically. That is because they're doing the opposite. They are trying to take as much money away from the retail traders right now. And PCC is overall mostly retail traders. I'm trying, like, this move doesn't make the most sense. If this is retail traders making this move, buying this amount of puts, they're being smart. And I love it. But can they hold on? Can they hold on? Because if they don't rip the market by the end of the day and that flips, you might just gap down. Was that good? Luke, did you understand that? Yes, it does, Simple Man, but most of the time the market goes up. So above one puts are really expensive, but most of the time the market goes up. So technically the average is like 0.8. So that's why you need to be below 0.8 to see those reactions. I don't know when was the last time the Tesla had agrees. Dude, Tesla is just nonsense. Tesla is legit nonsense. But ooh, that's gonna curl over. If that curls over, you're in a negative trend. Look, low, low. If you curl over here, you're gonna make another new low, most likely. Maybe go test a weekly expected move. All right, let's look at some stuff here. AMD, we got to check on the ones that could experience some weakness. This 30-minute rolls over. Watch out. AMD on the daily could get ugly. This one here, look at that. Meta making a screaming up move above the weekly expected move, making a triple divergence. These are trade setups. If this confirms by end of day, it's a pretty good trade setup. Apple holding up better. It could make another upward move, and I'm just going to hold it. I'm going to scale in. I think that I am right. The key thing is I think. I think. If this 30-minute curls up, I'll be out of the move. But the 15-minute curls up and the 30-minute's not able to, and I see that 15-minute come back down, I'm scaling in again. Volatility. Volatility is my other one. This never crossed over on the 30-minute. That's why I'm pretty confident with it. How about PNG? I think it's a good investment. The Kraken. Well, let's see if it's a good investment. Let's see if it's a really good investment. Oh God, let's see if it's a good investment. Yeah, this isn't where you invest. You invest down here. Monthly scale investment for monthly charts. This is all you have to do. Buy right here. Boom, 0.475. So monthly charts will really help you out in finding good investments. So let's take this, right? So the last time you buy was 0.47. It went out of the Bollinger. Maybe you take a little profit. So that was just like a 3-month hold. And then it curls down. Now it crosses back up right here, right around the same level you sold, 0.63. You're in, you're out. Okay. If you just held through all this, it crossed down for a second. So weekly chart, you want to manage risk. But let's say you bought back at 0.65. Okay. Now it's worth 114 just a few months later. These are great little investments. As far as investing goes, though, does the SPY look like the best thing to invest? If you saw this on a 30-minute chart, wouldn't you be trying to front run it? Like you guys are commenting out there, y'all commenting on stuff saying Nvidia was supposed to drop. What the hell's going on? This is a parabolic move. You're violating the channel. It's a parabolic move. So what could happen here? Well, right here, it tricked you. It didn't. We caught the divergences. We called the bottom. Boom. Daily divergences were right here at this level. And we called the bottom in October. Then we said we're most likely going to make a new all-time high. We make a new all-time high. Now, what are we noticing? Well, this is still creating divergence across the way. So if this crosses down, that's going to be a very bad investment for the SPY. The Qs, very bad investment for the Qs. XLU is telling you it can have some major weakness. So Apple already confirmed, by the way, Apple already confirmed this and is trying to confirm more upside. You can still see it, right? You want to react to it, you can still see it. I'm just saying, most likely we get rejection by the end of the month and Apple turns down. That's what it looks like to me based on what I'm seeing. Tesla crossed down right here. Bad investment. It said maybe here. Cross down. Ooh, not good. Weekly scale. Good thing we paid attention to that on this channel. The last time you would invest in Tesla was right here. 2764. 2764. IWM. This is very close to the center line. AMD. This is creating some divergence up here. All of these look like not the best investments. Meta. Now this one went parabolic, right? This one went crazy. Look at that. Where would you have invested? Oh, right here. This is what you want to look for. Look, that's momentum. Now notice we're not catching it at the floor. We're catching it when momentum tells us that it is a confirmed good move. 239.46. You just don't look at your computer for a full year. You're all the way up here. 487. Great investment. Microsoft crossed up right here. Boom. You might have said, oh, I'm glad I didn't look at my computer for a few months. That might have convinced me to sell. But it never crossed back over. So boom, there you go. Boom. You see a big move. Netflix was a huge move. Right here. 348. Doubled your money in looks like about a year and a half. So when you think more simply, you will do better. And I think a lot of people would benefit from doing higher time frames. I want you to tune in. I want you to do that, right? I'm trying to give you info, but if I can help you in any way, that's fantastic for me. I would love to just help you out by teaching you some stuff. NVIDIA 1 hour, should we go look at it? It's going to get closer. It's going to get closer and closer and closer. Now, you just have to pay attention because those shorter time frames look like that, but They look like they're crossing, but they're still going up while crossing. Not a very good sign. But XLU, it just continues to drop, go negative. If the hourly turns over, different story. Something different might happen. And right now, the PCC, it's growing. I can't believe that it's growing. That's so crazy to me. So for the dollar, we want to pay attention. 2 hour crosses over negative territory. We might get another parabolic move. We might see this squeeze higher, and the PCC is telling you the same thing. So we might not see something crazy at the end of today. It might last until Friday. This might last until Friday. Isn't that crazy? You might see like one minor pullback and then boom, it just keeps going. We might go to the monthly expected move by like Friday. That'd be crazy. Or at least the Qs. Or at least Nvidia. Nvidia's got about 50 points left in it. Has the 30-minute crossed over? No. Has the hourly crossed over? No. Has the 2 hour crossed over? No. No reason to take the trade. AMC broke? Yes. This is the one thing that can actually mess up the market very dramatically. Oh, 518. It keeps getting clapped below 518. 518 is just the number, man. It's 518, 519 is really the number. GME looks solid now. Oh God, it's getting clapped again. It's confirming it, but on the 15, it's confirming another move. You're kind of getting this cup and handle type look. But if that daily stays rolled up today, that's daily momentum taking over. People might get very bullish of this in the post market and the overnight market. We'll see. Carrot is a good gaming project. What kind of gaming? I love gaming. Yeah, it's a freight train. You know why it's going to keep manipulating everyone? They're trying to like all I'm trying to convince you to do is there is going to be someone who catches the actual top. There's going to be someone, but he's probably just going to be some dude that happened. It's going to be one of those Wall Street bets guys that just like randomly shorted the market one day. And then he's going to get rich and he's probably going to try to trade after that and lose everything because he doesn't know about risk management. I don't want that to be you. I want you to take a highly probable trade. Right now, the PCC is going up. And that means that puts are going to get more and more and more expensive. So the market maker knows that, and people are still buying puts. So therefore, they can just keep squeezing it higher, and people are going to keep buying puts. People really want to find the top of the market. Don't try to find the exact top. The signals will tell you the top. The signals will tell you the top. This 2 hour will cross over. Once this crosses over, I'll say this is most likely a big top, and then it'll start to move down. You'll just be in the move a little bit later when the momentum is confirmed. Look at the monthly scale. Everything I just said for the monthly is true on the 2 hour. Everything is true on every single chart. You just see crazier stuff as you get smaller and smaller. People are getting greedy, but actually people are getting greedy trying to short this. And I think they're just, the market makers just forcing it go higher, and they can keep making premiums off of puts because we keep buying puts. We keep buying them. Led Legini, what was it? What was between 0.15 and 0.2? Oh, like AMC? Wonder if you're talking about AMC. It wants to, man. You have a 2 hour that's positive. You have a 30 minutes that's positive. You have a daily that wants to roll up. Tomorrow could literally, all he has to do is exercise and this thing goes ballistic. They don't want him to exercise. That's why E-Trade is going after Roaring Kitty. Oh, you work at Bungie? That's so cool. Yeah, I played Destiny. Big gamers. We never get a game anymore, but big gamers. What happened on Bitcoin? That's true. We got to pay attention to Bitcoin. Ooh, so now a little divergence here. Ooh, you have divergence on the RSI. Most likely this is just a pullback for Bitcoin. On the 2 hour, we got to look at the 4. This might get a handle. This looks like we could create like a handle on the 2 hour. 2 hour pulls back to the center line like this. If it's going to make another move higher, your indicator will tell you, okay? Your indicator will tell you. Now I'm saying most probable is a pullback, but this is Bitcoin. It can just go ballistic. But does that mean I should chase the trade? No, being a trader is being patient, waiting for the setup. Gold. Gold's starting to look pretty, but rolling over on the 30-minute. Look at that. It's going to roll over. Not a good look. Man. I can't wait to see the CPC. All right, let's leave it on the SPY. We'll put it on a 5-minute for funsies. It's trying to go negative on the 5-minute. Now up here, this purple line is a good indication that puts should be cheaper, but they're just not. PCC is way too high, but this should indicate that puts are cheaper up at these levels because it's unexpected to do this. But because the Qs already did it, and Nvidia is just screaming higher, I think people are trying to front run puts, and that's just not a good thing. Because now on the Qs, on the opposite side here, now the Qs, they could give a pullback and just do that. You can use the weekly as some support now. And NVIDIA can do the same thing with its weekly expected move. This is our first time putting a high-rise building set. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I used to play that with my buddies all the time. I don't get to play video games anymore, like at all. I was Ascendant in Valorant. I played in some League of Legends tournaments back in the day. I was a huge Call of Duty guy back in the day, but now it's too much. But Valorant's kind of, God, video games are so rough now. Like, you remember video games where you don't get to play all day and then you have to like call your friends and make sure the timing's right, and then you get to play a video game for like an hour with your buddies? Now it's just like people play 100% of the time that they're not at school or during the summer or something, and they're all cracked. Fortnite was one of the most frustrating games ever. I was good at it at first, and then everyone learned how to build, and I was like, yeah, I don't have time to learn how to build. Could this be a blow up top? It most likely is. So the reason you could say it most likely is because we're violating like all of this. We're violating channels at this point. Right now, this one here, maybe not so much. Qs, maybe not so much, but you would say this is most likely blow off top. If you go look at the futures, originally there is a channel going on here too, so you can go up and check that out. But you had a channel right here. Okay, you had a channel right here. So if you just clone this bad boy and go like this is kind of the channel we should be going up in. Do you see how we dip down to it? We use it as support and then we bounce up. This is usually a good sign of some kind of blow off top. We're probably already in it. We've probably already been in it for a little bit now. And we can go higher. This is the recipe to go higher. Isn't that crazy? Crazy, crazy market. I'm going to be very cautious with longs, that's for sure. You got to be cautious with the downside too. You really do. You got to manage your risk. Yeah, that's what front running means. Sorry. One key rep. So front running means like this. Okay, so we're paying attention to Nvidia on the hourly. Nvidia, it looked like it was going to cross right here. So someone maybe bought puts right here thinking that would cross. What I'm trying to get you to do is say, don't think it is going to cross. Let your indicator tell you it has crossed. And then that's a better opportunity than trying to find the exact top. Trying to find the exact top is pretty much physically impossible because it's just going to go higher because the PCC is at 0.92. Google. I love this play on Google, by the way. Boom. Divergence across the way. Divergence across the way. Flatness right here. My boy Bruce has to go potty. We'll be off in 15 minutes, Bruce, and I'll take you potties. Take you to potty. Not party. You're not allowed to party. We talked about that. He's too much of a partier. He chews on everything. But yeah, Google here, it looks like 2 hours able to roll up. I have to be cautious of this rolling over. Even though Google is seeing a good move, it's kind of controlled. Okay. See how that's kind of controlled? So this could all just be some kind of handle, some kind of flag, even though it's more dramatic, it could be some kind of flag. So I really want to pay attention to this. Now this can continue in this channel for some time, maybe make a point of divergence over here. But yeah, Robert. Well said, Robert. Broker turned off my buy button. Classic. Just a classic move. UVIX. It's just the 2x leveraged, okay? It's the 2x leveraged. So if you're saying like, oh, volatility is going to pop for quite some time, there's going to be a drop in the SPY. That's a key thing. The SPY with these has to drop in order for this to make money. Volatility can go up and the SPY doesn't drop and this won't gain value. Yo, Bruce, you better not pee. My dog Bruce, he will squat outside and pee, and I'm not kidding. I want to like film it sometime, not film so you can see it, but just show how long he squats. And it's a straight, powerful stream for about, usually it's anywhere, minimum, it's like 25 seconds straight. It's 25 seconds. One time, I just watched him and I was like, damn, I've been standing here for about 55 seconds and he's just going. I'm like, damn, my boy can hold some liquid in there. Is AMD crossing positive on the 4-hour? Let's take a look at AMD. Crossed on the 2-hour. No, not on mine. No. Now it is crossing positive on the RSI. That's kind of the front run indicator, right? It's like, okay, RSI crossed up, but I like the MACD to tell me. And there's not a lot of room here. I'd more so be interested if the 30-minute is curling down and curling back up. So if this rejects, you can see another big move up. If this starts to roll over, you're pretty close to negative territory. That's kind of a bad signal for AMD. If the 30-minute rolls over, you got to be worried about this daily rolling over. I know it's rejecting right now, but I know, Mr. Bruce. Oh, we're rolling, but that's the end of the day. We could see some 0 DTE get out of positions. It's a big move. Yeah, Pablo, you're reading into it pretty correctly. That's an Austin Powers speed. Complete. Complete. I love Austin Powers. It's great. Bull trap looks like it. Looks like it to me. But just know the PCC is high. So this could be a bull trap still forming. We could see like a pullback and then another upward move. That would make a little bit more sense with where the PCC is right now. That would make a little bit more sense. But I'm really like, man, I hope some big volume thing doesn't come in right now. Because that'd be bad. That'd be bad for anyone who's long. And a lot of retail are long, I think, because we saw the dollar increase today. So since we saw the dollar increase at the same time as the SPY, some of the insiders got out. Is she vacuuming? Oh, she's vacuuming. Yeah, this is my Homer Simpson sweatshirt. I really like funny sweatshirts. VIX is moving up, yeah, because the SPY's dropping off, so the volatility usually does scale up when that happens. Oh, shit. Okay, the next scale in, I just got to hit the go button. I'm going to wait till like this bar fully completes and hit the go button and scale into volatility right here. Actually, I'm going to do it at 250. This is my next scale in. Oh yeah, I'm going. All right, that's good enough. I waited. I was pretty patient on that. All right, I did it. Fully scaled into volatility. Well, a full position. I still have more to it that I can put in, but sold NDX 100. Nice sell. There you go. You're playing their game. Playing their game. Oh man. Is that Bruce hanging out in the background of your training videos? If it's a big black pit bull, yep. Jose, yep. You guys want to see Alan? Here. Alan's the wolf looking one. Come here. This is Alan. He's like a fox looking dude. The basement's a mess, or else I would show you guys. We haven't had it set up, but that's Alan. He's a Husky German Shepherd Lab Beagle. And then Bruce. Oh, this is Bruce. Jesus. Show them your face, Bruce. That's Bruce. He's kind of wild. He's the 2-year-old. Oh, really, Luke? I've taken trades before. It's just usually I'm kind of focused and I don't talk about it. Oh, look at that. It's going to go against me. Volatility is going to drop back off here. Look at that. Look, it uncrossed. So that's what I get for front running. It's fine. It's still a good scale in. That's why I don't take huge positions. We will see. That didn't cross over. That rejected back up on the 30 minutes, so that's still a fine scale in. Big divergence. Look at that divergence. Jeez, that's a big one on the 15. You got it across the way on the 15 and in the near price action. Great stuff. Yeah, so Bruce is literally Bruce Wayne. And then Alan is Alan Fieldhouse Hansen, because we're KU fans, okay? And then Toby is my wife's dog, and he's old and smelly. I don't like him. Is that a monthly? This is a 15-minute. If you guys want to see how volatility can really increase, look at a weekly. If we cross over at any time, that's not looking good. Look at that divergence. This is what we talk about in our Saturday videos, things like this. Now that bar doesn't look the best, but if that just turns up one of these weeks, ugly. Nice dogs, thanks. How's GME and AMC? Let's look at the very end of the day here, and then we'll switch back over to the SPY. The daily is crossing up for one of these. Which one was it? Was it GME? Something bad can happen, guys. That's why I'm like, oof. But they can rig the market still. Don't think that that can't happen. Oh my word. We got above 30. How much did he make? Nothing. He didn't sell. You have to sell to make the money. This is a dumb article. Why VIX? It's just one of the ones I play all the time. I like it for short-term little like 4-day plays. 4-day maximum is usually what I say. If I scale into it with it just buying shares, just buying regular stock, but I'm doing an option play, so I'm only planning on holding it for the next like 4 days. And if I make money, say tomorrow, I'll be out of the play and I'll let you guys know. But yeah, Nvidia, you're still waiting for the actual signal to complete. Very important for that to complete. Look at that 2-hour. This is the signal we've always been showing. We said down here we're going to make a 2-hour divergence. We made the 2-hour divergence right now, but it hasn't confirmed. So you could just say, you know, curled up, what happens? Positivity. So technically, calls is what your indicator told you right here. Actually, on the hourly told you calls, I think it was like here. No, it was earlier. So the hourly said right here that Nvidia was bullish and going to go up at 1134.97. But the options have been very, very strange here. Margin call GME, is that confirmed? You got to confirm that for me. You can't just come in and say that, but it's true. Above 30 is very, so above 2903 is where something crazy can happen. Above 30, yeah, you can have a margin call. The important number for AMC is $5, but the most important for me with my strategies is it needs to say something crazy is going to happen and go to above 518. It needs to close above there. 518. See how it's struggling? But the fact that GME made the move, I'm expecting them to suppress the stock in the last 5 minutes here. I'm really expecting it. But the 15-minute told you 15 minutes ago, hey, a big move can come. Let's look at my portfolio now. Up 19%, up 7%, up 15%, up down 14%. I know, Bruce. I know. And that's just my AMC, my UVXY. And then my AMC and GME shares. Thank you, King Rat, for subscribing. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Everyone, welcome the King Rat. Watch for some manipulation at the very end of the day here. This would be some sketchy, sketchy stuff. Have you seen the Dow? That's true. We haven't looked at the Dow very much. Okay, that's wonky. 30-minute. You have one solid divergence here on the MACD and one across the way. So you do have divergence here. Likes to roll over 2-hour charts. Is that getting close? It's still negative. 2 hours still negative. It's not a good sign. And we talked about this. This is why this trend line's here. We talked about a slanted head and shoulders. Ooh, if this 2-hour curls over, it might do this, this, this. Yikes, dude. IWM starting to see that bounce. 2-hour divergence is there. Daily can roll up. Remember, our GME and AMC, they could roll up this daily chart. Maybe we see something like that. Dollar. Let's go 2-hour. Showing some green in our little zone. Our little zone's been good to us. This looks kind of flaggy. 2-hour curls up on volatility. I'm happy. But that can happen tomorrow or overnight. So I'd be careful holding stuff long overnight still. Because this is just a parabolic move, man. It can continue. Wait till the signal is confirmed. Christian, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate you being here. Got to make sure everything Stumble Pro. If you've learned anything from this stream, if you've been watching since the beginning, it is wait till things confirm. Manage the trade. I sound like a cheerleader. And if you want to say, I want to get in, I want to try to get in a little tighter. Okay, look at the hourly. It's a great divergence. It's a great divergence, but you have to make sure it is confirming. And then you want to make sure you're breaking back below the weekly expected move or breaking back below 1,140. Nvidia is not worth $1,200 a share. Robert, it's about to be worth $120 a share. God, are you just, you silly goose? You silly goose. No, it's not. It's my estimate is it's worth probably where the last time it actually had a bunch of buyers and there wasn't as much manipulation. There probably was manipulation back here too, but I would say somewhere down in these areas, 459 is what I really, really like. Let me get rid of this random zone so I don't confuse myself. I just need to make a zone. And we talk about risk management. We talk about Nvidia right here. We talk about Nvidia right here, risk management wise, and how you knew not to be in a short position right here, when to get out. And then boom, that run up. So you knew not to be short there. Now your indicators are saying like, hey, I haven't confirmed weakness yet. There's no weakness in the chart yet. I know it looks like it and it looks juicy. Looks like a nice juicy steak and potatoes with those buttery bread rolls with the butter stuff from Texas Roadhouse. That's what it looks like. But it's not yet. That could be a plate of shit. Yeah. Bubblish has wiped out account 39 weeks in a row. No. Your account? Don't say that. That's going to make me upset. Oh, look at that. AMC dropping back below 5, trying to drop below $5. Enrique, thank you so much for subscribing. Really appreciate you being here. You don't want this to happen, right? So we were talking about the 30-minute divergence up here for AMC. We posted this on Patreon. If this confirms, it means downside for now for AMC. GME doesn't really have divergence yet. It can now, if it gets this bar to kind of complete and turn down, that would be divergence technically between these highs, but the closing bar has to get up to these levels. The MACD, bam. Close 26, 12, 9. Look at the style, very stylish. Fast 12, 26. It's pretty basic. Yeah, GME is kind of turning more up, but AMC, if they're suppressing this more, I highly doubt people are trying to sell AMC. It's just 518 is the important level. So if you don't believe in the weekly expected moves, just know this is where it is. It just happens to be where we made this support a week ago, and this happens to be where the weekly expected move is. Or maybe I think I made it on like Thursday or Friday last week. Boom, there you go. All right, any shenanigans right away? Look at that, still higher. Did not cross. Did not cross, and the PCC is too high. PCC is too high. Okay, guys, so we're going to put out a YouTube video in a bit. I'm going to take the dogs out, and we're going to go over some of these charts here, okay? So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do. Oh, wait, random question, Lucas. Why do you puts way out of the money go up when the stock is rising like NVIDIA? Because people are trying to, puts have a premium. So why do puts way out of the money go up when the stock is rising like Nvidia? That's because people are trying to short the stock. That's the easiest way to know. You pull up puts and calls, which one's more expensive? Say like 10% down or 10% up. You just look and you say, oh, that call is cheaper than that put. Stock is rising, yes, but the put's getting more expensive because the premium on it's going up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. We didn't see anything crazy because the put call ratio was not in a place for them to rig the market. We'll see what happens overnight. We'll see what happens in the morning, but look where we head to for the SPY. We head directly towards that weekly expected move. Do not think that this has to cross down right away in the morning or something like that. It's looking likely. XLU, this thing crossing down, okay? So we need to see. The 2-hour did confirm downside. So we're going to go over all of this stuff in tonight's YouTube video. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you to all the subscribers, people who donated this morning. All you guys are awesome. NVIDIA could go to 1300 tomorrow. It really could. If people keep trying to short it, it will continue to go higher. That's why we just pay attention to our indicators. Which is more shorted? Well, technically you could say AMC short, you just go to like a monthly or something and then you pull the high. So you could say in March it was shorted 14 million. Wasn't this like 100 something million right here? 120 million here for AMC. Then you go to GME short. Look at the short sale volume there. And you have about 38 million for GME. Now you can add up all these, but and know that this isn't all of the data. You have naked shorting going on, you have dark pool going on, so this isn't even all of the data, but there you go. You know it is being shorted, you know it is being suppressed right there. That is your proof. That is your proof right there. All right, guys, we're going to see in tonight's video, we're going to mention a lot of things. XLU, we want to see if we're going to catch back up to this because that thing is not showing strength right now. So this will be a very interesting day tomorrow. And then if we make a 2-hour divergence, we start to bounce. Maybe the SPY actually heads lower and then follows XLU later. We'll have to see. But thank you guys for joining. I really do appreciate it. I'm sorry for kind of being I felt like I was being kind of a jerk a little bit earlier, but it's just because I care about you guys. Like I do. I know it sounds silly, but the dad in me really popped out and I'm like, you have to just be patient. Like patience is one of the most important things, especially in a squeeze. You do not want to be caught on the wrong end of a squeeze. And trading the most squeezed stock is very, very difficult. There are other trade setups out there. There are things like Apple that were confirming things today. You're getting that hanging up candle there, right? Looks like an indecision. You're getting this to confirm. If it curls back up, look at that, it's selling off in the post market. But as of right now, is able to curl back down. Boom, there's your trigger, 15-minute. If you want to get a little tighter, there's your trigger. Okay, that is where overall I took my position on these bars up here, but that's just because I'm good at scaling into this. I've traded Apple the most. Apple's one of the most I've traded. Should never leave a call or put position open overnight if you're in the money. Hey, that's not the worst advice, right? Taking profit is very, very good. GME's running. Let me go look. Uh-oh. Wonder what that Jackie dude's doing right now. You guys should go see Jackie for a little bit. Go over to Jackie, say hi, say Money Making Market said for me to join here. Go type Jackie Lay Tits and go watch his live stream. He's probably going nuts right now. Just say Money Making Market sent us here, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to put out that YouTube video soon. I know I've said that like 6 times now. If you want to learn about this stuff, really want to learn, dedicate yourself to learning, learn about patience. We mentioned it in the course multiple times. Learn about patience, learn about risk management. It will help you because this market is rigged. You have to understand that. You have to understand that. So thank you guys so much for watching. I wish you nothing but luck for the rest of your trades for the rest of the week. And I will see you tonight on YouTube in a few hours. All right. Peace. Let's pull up GME here. There you go. Here, look, I'll even do this for you. There you go. Here, we'll do this. We'll do like a 5 minute. You can watch this thing. All right, cool. See you guys.